Hi guys, welcome back to Kit Car Direct and MK Sportscars. It's that time again, we're in the workshop, bannering away, and this little bad boy has turned up. Familiar car if you've subscribed or watching regular. This was a build that we did with a Honda K20 engine. We love this piece of kit, but it's had the Born HPP source thrown at it now. Hashtag John, his car. Literally been in today and they've done the final tuning. This was up at the dyno with Teguo Born here, Terry and his team, put in an amazing job on this particular engine. This is a stock K20 A2 engine, other than it's got a bigger throttle body, an RRC manifold, and Terry's special set of cams in there. It's also the engine management change. Terry's really a big fan of life, so it's had a new lumen and ECU put on there basically to run this. Now the numbers on this thing don't do justice to what this does on the road, because it's 284 horsepower, normally aspirated on a stock engine. That's absolutely bonkers power for a stock engine. I'm blown away. We've test drove it today a little bit, done some final mapping. Terry's been in just tweaking it up, all the low speed stuff really that you can't get on the dyno so easy in the real world stuff, so the low 2000, driving it around town. Now below 5000 RPM, this thing just as docile as you like. You can drive it anywhere, you can drive it 30 mile an hour in fourth gear, it's brilliant. And then you let it get past 5000 RPM and those big cams kick in, this thing comes alive like nothing. I cannot get anywhere near full throttle on the road, it's that fast. Absolutely bonkers. We've got a couple of little bits to tidy up for him here, make some bracketry just to fit this back on, because the manifold has changed the height, so we've got to just secure that back down. Other than that, really just a little bit of clean and detailing in this car, and it's going to be, we'll do a little video on it, probably show you what it sounds like. The video will not do its justice what it does to your eardrums. It is the Sound of Music VTEC style, and Born and Terry have done it, and I'm just blown away how good that engine with those cams in is. Absolutely insane. I mean, they're great stock, but another 50 plus horsepower, it's another level. It's going to be for sale possibly as well, guys, so if you're interested in this car, John is going to be picking it up because he's got a lot of other projects going on as well. He's doing cup cars and other things as well with us, so this might go up for sale. So if you're looking for a normally aspirated, all singing, all dancing, Mazda base, this is all Mazda running gear, drives beautiful, 6-speed gearbox, Willwood front brakes on it, it's got nice bit of kit, this one is, and with that horsepower on that engine, right, RX5 time again. This particular one was our old demo car, was sold, come back to us as the customer's doing another project that they're doing now, asked us to sell it for them. We're taking a deposit on this car now, it is sold officially, and the reason it's off is we're putting a new scuttle on it because we're going to put the wipers and everything else on it, so we've got a wiper motor going in, washer bottle and all of that stuff, etc. So this is basically it here, mounted all under there. We've got the wiper motor all mounted into the bracket that we do, the wiper assembly. I'm just going to put that down gently there, and the wiper sections to go in there, and we'll mount that in, and we've just got to move a couple of bits of the ECU's got moved. We have to do that to this corner where it was, the motor fits basically here, so we're just modifying that section there to fit that all, and then we've got to wire it into the stalks and everything else here. So this little job, final little job to be done really for this particular customer. He wanted the little wiper assembly and all of that fitted on it, and the wind deflectors, these kind of things, guys here. Just, they give you a little bit of protection just as you're driving along. These wind deflectors, they sit here on the windscreen. They're going on the vehicle as well. Yeah, and a little test drive and make sure it's all good. But this car, we love this car. It drives so nice, honest. It's just brilliant. We loved it when we owned it. Disappointed when we sold it. It came back to us, and then it's going back to another happy customer, and it will live a great life. I'm sure, because it drives, honest, I know that's bonkers at 284, but these were just like 140 in them. On the road, they're amazing, just brilliant to drive. You can cruise it anywhere, you could jump this car, go to the south of France in it, and it wouldn't miss a beat. They're just brilliant, brilliant little cars. So, yeah, can't wait to get that one out to the customer. Right, more Christmas deliveries, guys, more chassis being made. So we got another 2 here. one over here, this is being collected like imminently, and these are getting picked, ready to go out the door. We also had a crate that's gone off to America with a K20 installation. That's going out. We've got one more crate just to get out. So lots going on before Christmas, getting stuff out there so that they can open up their big Christmas present and start the build process, I suppose. And if you want to get into the queue and you want to know more about the cars, hook us up, you know what it is, phone call, email, etc. And come down and see us at the factory here, and we can talk you through the range, whether it's a Mazda, Ford, car engine, bike engine, turbochargers, you name it, we love doing it. So get yourself in, get yourself that little promised gift you had for 2024. Another little project that came in was this Westfield. The couple that own this car, gentleman's rather large and rather tall in that sense. So what we've done is made, I think we showed before, but it's been a while in the making because they're doing other things, but we've made these new padded insert seats, which you can see is on that side. So we've taken out the standard seat, had to put in some new harnesses, which we had to trim all this panel out to get them in, so new, because it only had some cheap and nasty ones in there. That's gone in, and then the seat pads have gone in. Basically, it's lowered it down for the customer and given him more leg room to get it back, because he's well over 6 foot. Next job we've got to do on it though is the steering wheel is touching his knees, because he's quite long legs as well, touching his knees. So we're now going to make an adapter to bring this steering wheel, basically pop that off. We need to bring that out and put a different size steering wheel on there and bring that out a little bit further so you can get clearance on that. So that's been done. Seats have been made. These are actually really nice little padded inserts actually, and they fit tickety-boo in there for the customer. He can drive it, his wife can drive it. So yeah, it's got a little Rover V8 under there actually, a little SEI V8 under there. So be a cracking little road car. That's all they want it for, just to make sure they're comfortable and nice and comfortable to drive. This is a bit old now as well, it's old tap steering wheel, so they modernise it with something a bit more new. So yeah, we don't mind working on these little projects, and they're all really quite smart, aren't they? They used to do this original one with a boot box on it and everything else. The lower valance as well, sort of ties it up. Not sure about the roll bars. I think they could do with always like something a bit more substantial, but other than that, great road car. Right guys, here we go, it's M&R time with the Mazda Turbo. This car is pretty much buttoned up. We've got an IVA date already booked in for this now, just into the new year, and we've just got a couple of bits to do, which is wing mirrors, that's it really, but everything else is done. Under the bonnet's nice and clean and tidy now. We've just got a couple of Jubilee clips to put on the oil catch tank, but we've done all the AM fittings for the breathers here, which is nice and neat and tidy, and we drilled and tapped that out, etc. So yeah, engine base super clean, nice and tidy there, into an oil catch tank, battery, everything's nice and neat and tidy, as you want to for IVA, especially for IVA. You don't want to look at a bit of a mess under there. She's on the ground, all the geo has been done, she's set up, everything works, she starts and runs, got 2 jobs left to do, which is just the wing mirrors and emissions. That is it. She's ready to go. Yeah, it looks good now she's on the ground, and the stance looks good on it. Lick a polish at some point over her once we've got it all up, but other than that, yeah, fully built. I've got to say, do like the colour combination. I think that's what's turned out best on this particular car. It is looking rather sharp. It's kind of a weird colour that I wouldn't have ever put together, but whoever chose it, tick if it was a customer, hashtag Sean, then hats off to him. Got to say, I like it a lot. Right, MA in rush time guys. Been an ongoing project unfortunately with this one, with some electrical gremlins, because it's had an older PDM system on it, which we had to get sorted out, and unfortunately we had to reach out to our good partners at Simtech Racing to support with that, because they done the original development work on it years ago. Got it all sorted now, emissions done. It had a charging issue with an alternator, we've fixed the charging issue. This has got the older E46 M3 engine in there. That is huge. Yeah, that is massive in there. But the good news about this car now, it's got an IVA date, and that again is in the new year now, but it's all been booked. This car is ready to go for its IVA test. A few bits just to clean and detail, etc. But that's about it really. And just a steering wheel boss, we've got to change to a quick release, a collapsible boss. That's the last job to do, but this is the middle of Jan. This goes for IVA. So yeah, if you want to stick an M3 engine in a car, it can be done, I suppose. People have done it, but I think I prefer the lighter weight 4-pots in my own opinion. But that's my opinion. But it's you know, you've got to admire it for what it is, an awesome bit of kit in that sense, and I'm sure, I haven't driven it fast or anything, this thing will probably absolutely fly. Right guys, well, welcome to Questions with Sean. Now, Lewis is sitting behind the camera now. I have absolutely no idea what he's going to ask me, so this is from you guys out there, so thanks very much for firing them into us. So, Lewis, come on in, hit me. What's the first question?
Right, the first question that came in was, I've got an AirTag on my MK, great for iPhones, but is there any other options for trackers?
That's a good question. Well, first of all, fair play to you for putting an AirTag on your car. Hopefully it's secured in a safe location, maybe locked up, but when you're out driving, I get it, it can be lost, but not something that we really focus on about a product that we service, sell or endorse. But my personal opinion, I'd speak to your insurance company to see what they do as an improved maybe supplier or recommendation on that side of thing. We deal with Howden Insurance, great service provider out there. Maybe touch base with them and they can give you a recommendation.
Right, so the second question that came in was, what timescale would you give a novice working on their own to build an RX-5?
Okay, that's a really good, actually, very good question, because it does depend on skill sets and it does depend on how much time I suppose you have. Now, I'm going to say time in hours rather than weeks and months and years maybe, because it gives more of a factor, but realistically, someone, by the time you start stripping the donor car down, and then obviously prepping all the parts, that's probably at least, I'm going to say, realistically 100 hours in that. You would spend at least 100 hours doing that, and then a service, I would say at least 250 hours sort of build time for someone who's in an amateur state. So you're looking at probably in the region of 350 hours for a very amateur builder. We can do them a lot quicker, obviously, because we're installing parts and we're familiar with the product all the time. But if you budget around that sort of time, and you probably want to take your time and do the best job you can, and you know, prepping some of these parts or installing it for the first time, sometimes it's quicker to do the mock-up, take it apart and then put it back together again if you're unsure. So yeah, they're the kind of budgets. 100 hours strip time, 250 hours roughly to build it as an amateur.
Right, the third question that came in was someone over on Instagram called Owen Stowin. Are you going to make a 1.9 TDI version?
Sorry?
Owen Stowin.
Owen Stowin, a 1.9 TDI version. Well, I'll tell you what, if there's enough of you out there that want us to do it, then comment below. Should we do it, guys? Should we do a 1.9 TDI version? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. We're open to suggestions all the time, and we never poo-poo any products. I know that they can make big power, these 1.9 diesels, etc. I presume you're probably thinking like a VW Group VAG engine, probably the Golfs and etc. They do make very good power. But yeah, I would hear your thoughts first before we say. I never say never to anything. It's not something we would really focus on, because we do like the bike engine, we do like screamers, and we do like big power. So big power, if a diesel come into it, you never say never. Well, that's my 3 questions for this week, guys. Remember, fire them into us down there. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your comments on what you want to know about us, the company, the projects, the cars, the builds, the engines, how we do it all. It doesn't matter. Throw us a question, we'll see what we can come up with. Right, that's it for another week. I think we're wrapping up almost 2023 with a stonking year. I can't wait for 2024, guys, and show you what else that MK Sportscars is going to do. Like, share, subscribe. We'll catch you next year.